What up, people? It's Gray Rizzy. We out here on Shade 45. It's another grind setters. We moving around, getting it throughout these nights. And I'm going to take you to the great north, man. We going to go up to Canada real quick, up to T-Dot. We got a guest in the building. His name is TMG. Got some real interesting music. Definitely want to rap about it real quick, man. What's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm good. Staying inside the house, staying safe. It's like that.
How is it up there in Canada right now? Because I have two brothers that are up there in Toronto, DJ Ritz and Celebrity Drew, and they've been telling me pretty much the same thing. Like, ain't too much moving around going on in and out the country.
Exactly. Not too much of that going on. We're on a provincial lockdown. I believe it's Boxing Day. That's when it starts. But right now, a lot of the major stores are closed. You know what I mean? A lot of the small businesses are getting attacked. They're getting hit. They're not making money. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on. And people really it's sad that we got to close everything down and stay home and all that stuff. We should be out there celebrating, living life and traveling,
Well, I guess with the pandemic, everybody trying to be more safe than sorry. But some of the silver lining in all of this is you still being able to create and
Absolutely.
put in, your efforts into your art, man. Let's talk about that for a second. How did you get into music to start in the first place?
All right. When I was 13 years old, well, before that, when I was 9, I wrote rhymes a few times. I was listening to what was on the radio, The Game, 50 Cent, the Franchise Boys, whatever was on the radio, 2005, right? But 2008, I made the firm decision to become an MC because I read a book from Tupac, The Rose That Grew from Concrete, And after that, I wanted to become a poet, and I just decided to just go full-fledged into the music, and I've just been learning, discovering myself, making mistakes, I started recording when I was 16, which is 2011, and I tried my hardest to make a project. I made a project in high school, but then after high school, a lot of things that came about and happened, and I've been on and off the music, but I never fully quit, but I didn't go as hard as I could have went. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the mindset yet. I needed to go out there and go into the work field and all that other stuff and experience things before I became, the artist I am today,
Do you look at music as a release?
Yeah, I look at music as a release, and I look at music as education.
Got you. What kind of style would you say that you have? Because in just speaking with you in these couple of minutes, plus the fact that you look at somebody like Tupac as an influence, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I got the funny feeling that your music has a lot more than just like witty lines in it. There's some meaning behind those lines.
Yeah. So basically, my sound is like a clash between old school hip hop, whether it's Pac, Biggie, Nas, Big L, Snoop, Dre, Ice Cube, and like Kendrick, Cole, Joey Badass, Chance the Rapper. I like a lot of R&B and neo soul as well, so I add those elements into the music as well. And I make a lot of music that doesn't necessarily sound the same. Like my songs, a lot of the times they sound different, but there's something that brings it all together and where it would make sense, right?
Right. Well, look, let's go ahead and get into this song. This is one of your earlier songs. You actually dropped this last year in 2019, but I want to get into this joint, H&S, and we're going to talk about the title in a second. I want to play this for you. There's this raw appeal to it that I really fuck with, and it's one of the reasons why you up here on this show right now.
Yeah,
so keep it locked, man. Shade 45, Gray Rizzy hanging out with TMG. It's a grind to this. Let's go. Gray Rizzy, we out here right now. We got TMG up in here. There's a couple of things that I want to talk to you about. Number one, TMG, I'm assuming those are, letters within your name, right? We're just shrinking everything down. Okay, we ain't gonna put out the government because everybody don't need to know that right now. They need to know about the music. And then two, the title for H&S. Why H&S? What do those two letters stand for in the song?
Homicide and suicide. Those are two big problems in the city of Toronto. A lot of the times, like I wrote that song in 2018 because of what was going on. We had the highest murder rate I think it was Canada. Like we had a higher murder rate than New York in 2018. A lot of people, it was a lot of gun violence.
I was hearing a lot of activity violence up there. Yeah.
And like I've always stayed away from it. I was always the person that was telling people to stay away from that lifestyle and stuff. So I captured a moment. Like I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm just capturing a moment of what was happening. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what I have to say about that song.
Are you doing a lot of your own production?
I have a couple people who make beats for me, and I put my own input as well. So a lot of the times the beat sounds a certain way because I told them I wanted it to sound like this or whatever the case is, right?
Got you. I was looking at something that you put up not too long ago, and it's just, I guess the journey of an independent artist. Like there's these paths that independent artists have to walk, and they're not always the smoothest. A lot of times
Of
they have a
course.
lot of hilly terrain. Sometimes you got to crawl over stuff, under stuff, just to get to wherever you need to go. But what is it? What is it that keeps you going in music?
What keeps me going is my passion for this, my love for this music. The fact that, one day I'm going to be able to feed my family and create my own family from this music. It was just something that I felt like spiritually I was supposed to do, because I was writing stories when I was 6 years old, and I started writing poetry when I was like 13, 14. And, obviously around that age, I started to rap. So writing has always been something that's been there. But then I guess I can express my writing through the music, right? So I
Mhm.
just feel like it's something that God gave me, and I shouldn't really ask why. I should just keep doing it.
I'm not comparing you to this person because I know what people will do. They'd be like, "No, hell no, no way." I'm not comparing you
Mm-hmm.
to them, but there's a lot of similarities in the way you approach the music that Pac had. Pac used to write a lot of poetry, man. If a
Right.
lot of people may not know this, and of course, on Shade 45, our listeners have been around a little bit longer, so they may know the history on Pac. And I don't doubt that, but Pac was a multifaceted talent. Act, obviously,
Absolutely.
you've seen him in movies, you can see him, rapping, and you were able to see him as a writer, but he was very in tune with the community as well and what was going on. In fact, a lot of
Exactly.
people who I know who are reputable news writers who report the news who would not dare step foot into somebody's hood referred to his music to get a idea of what was going on, and I kind of feel that coming from you as well. You said that you started rapping, I guess, around 11. Is that what was the time that you started to take
The first time I
interest?
ever take interest, 13,
What year was that? Was that like oh two, oh
2008.
three, 2008? So and
Yeah.
then you started recording when?
2011. I was 16.
Damn, so around that time when you were younger, taking this all in, I guess that was like that era of when hip hop really started to explode. You're talking about
Yeah.
your Eminems, your Hoves, your Cash Monies. Of course, if you go back a little
Mm-hmm.
bit further, Pac, like the music is really starting to become pop music. So this is what I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do. I'm gonna play some of that from the early impressionable moments in your mind. We're going to get to some of that Tupac, Jay-Z, of course, Eminem. We're going to be right back. TMG is up here with us. It's Shade 45. We out here on the grind set. All right, people, it's Gray Rizzy. We out here on Shade 45. I got TMG in the building, and I just want to remind people, man, going into the new year, my grind setter segment is about highlighting new talent that's out here, especially giving them a look, giving them a chance for them to be heard. And of course, you putting in all the work. But here's the thing: I also noticed that you do your homework, man. You go back. You said you're a
Mm-hmm.
mix between old school and new school, but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
expect to hear some shit that I saw on your Instagram, like you're really digging in the crates. Do you feel like that helps you with, putting your music together?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I
How
have a lot
so?
of big brothers and big uncles and stuff like that who put me on to the Eric B's and the Rakims and the Slick Ricks and what I'm saying, the Grandmaster Flash, and even people like the Artifacts, people like Diggable Planets, like like old school hip hop. Like my siblings didn't like what was on the radio growing up, right? So they always wanted
Mhm.
to school me, and I always soaked up everything that they were trying to school me on, right? And that's just something that I had to take and to create like my own type of style. But as I got older and older, I realized, life is different. Life is not the 90s anymore. It's not the early 2000s. You got to keep progressing. So I'm trying to make progressive music along with showing, you know, homage to the people before me, if that answers your question.
I think you're doing a great job at balance. At least, your approach towards it. Because, some young cats would be like, man, fuck these old guys. And then some
For
old
sure.
guys be like, yo, fuck these young people at the same time. And there's no common ground in that. You know what I'm
For
saying? The
sure.
youth can learn from the people who've been there before them, and the people who have been there before them definitely can learn from the youth because there's a change that's going on out there.
Exactly.
What are you about to put out a new project, correct?
Yeah, I'm working on a project right now. It's called Just Listen. And basically, I want to have it by February, the latest March, because obviously, things happen when you're an independent artist. A lot of people don't get the music to you on time, or you don't get them the lyrics and stuff on time, right? So it's definitely a challenge. But I want to get it by March, the latest. It's a 7-track EP. I got hip-hop songs, I got R&B songs, I got poetic songs, and I got like straight just rap lyrical songs. You know what I mean?
You sound like a real Renaissance guy with all that.
I love it, man. It's not just hip-hop. I go listen to old funk records, you know what I mean? Go listen to jazz records. And I'm Jamaican and Grenadian, so I go back to listen to the reggae and soca and calypso and stuff,
I'm trying to let me find a boiler to bang on real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to do that, man. Boiler!
Done, no.
Y'all also is that a Senators jersey that you have on?
Yeah. I got the
you're repping.
For sure.
What would you say is your favorite sport, man? Is it hockey?
I mean, I don't really go too much into sports, but I love basketball. I love to watch it. I'm not even a baller like that. I don't play ball. I ask all my friends, they'll tell you I'm not a baller like that. For real though. I'm a writer, man. It's just like that.
Well, I'm glad that you're sticking to your craft. It's good when we know what we're strong at versus what we're not too strong at. But I'm glad you're sticking to your craft, and I want people to look out for this new project that you have coming up in Q1.
For sure.
It should be here very soon, within the next couple of months. I also want them to tap in with you on Instagram, your website, your Twitter, anything. Make sure you promote that before we get up out of here and we get into this new joint I'm about to play.
Absolutely. All right. So here it is. Instagram, TMG_Young Garvey. So that's YONGEGARVEY. TMG_Young Garvey. That's the Instagram. My email is georgeterrell@gmail.com. So obviously George and then TERELL@gmail.com. Every time you go on my Instagram, you go into the link in the bio. It's the link tree. It shows you my SoundCloud, which is Terrell TMG George. It shows you all my songs on Spotify. But if you don't use Spotify, you can still look up that song title on Apple Music or any other streaming platform, because I go through what is called DistroKid, and it has all the songs on all the streaming platforms. They distribute
it to everything, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha. You guys can check on my SoundCloud, though, because I have a lot of songs that I've done in the past that I couldn't get sample clearances. So they're on my SoundCloud. On YouTube, I have 2 music videos. TMG Brown Sugar is one, and TMG Luck of Lucian is 2. Right? And
that's a nice
I'm
title.
Working, yeah.
I
rapped over some old school. Yeah. It's a Tribe Called Quest song.
The Tribe family, they know that one well right there. I want everybody to tap in with you. We're going to make sure that we have like your Instagram up on the screens as well. And for all the production people, man, make sure you tap in with them on the email and stuff. We're going to get into this new joint. Gump is a different type of sound. And the other part that I love about it is that it's raw. And I want people to stop thinking like, yo, yeah, you want to give your best product, but how about we go ahead and get back to just the pureness of the craft? You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely
exhibit that. Sometimes people, they love that more than the real cleaned up, fabricated, it's not as real type of product. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
TMG, I appreciate you for stopping through, my brother, for real. And I feel like we're going to be talking some more, man.
For sure. Absolutely.
Look, for everybody that's out there, man, you missed any part of this interview, catch it on demand with the SiriusXM app. Of course, you could go online, SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Just look up TMG Gray Rizzy on Shade 45. Listen to it on your time on demand. Follow me at Gray Rizzy. Follow the channel at Shade 45. I appreciate you, my brother. It's another grind setters up here on the We Outchea show. Shade 45. TMG, what up?
Yeah, peace and love.